This is me, it's Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Now, a woman asked me in the comments section, she said it seems to her that Aquarius are into kinky sex. Aquarius get bored with sex and sex partners easily. And she said that she's trying to understand why that is. And honestly, I've talked to a lot of different people and I've read some things online. Nothing really said why. They didn't say why that is. All it said was that Aquarius who aren't rigid, Aquarius who are open to sex, and many of us, most of us are, would be open to different forms of lovemaking. They would be open to getting spanked. They would be open to S&M. They would be open to all kinds of role playing, foreplay. You know, it's not unusual to come into an Aquarius's bedroom and they have sex with the lights on, or they have sex with objects, you know, or with creams or fruits. So it's not unusual to see any of those kind of things. It's not unusual to see an Aquarius with lingerie or costumes on, you know. You know, if you walk into an Aquarius bedroom and they have on a nursing outfit, close the door. You know, handcuffs, baby oil, all kinds of stuff, you know. When I was talking to Aquarius about this, they were citing all kinds of things that they're into that can range from normal to odd, you know. There's lots of things in between, you know. So many Aquarius are into sex and sexuality. They're open to it. We don't see anything wrong with it, and we really enjoy it. It's one of those kind of things that bring a lot of us a lot of pleasure, a lot of bliss. Now, a lot of signs like sex. I always hear people online arguing about whose sign has the best sex, you know, whose sign is the best at kissing, you know. And Aquarius is almost always on all these lists. Kissing, sex, foreplay. I always see Aquarius on these lists. And like I said before, when we're not rigid, because some Aquarius are kind of rigid. Some Aquarius, and this isn't most of us though. It's just some of us that have certain placements or a strange moon or a rising, something going on that holds back and makes us more inhibited. But most Aquarius are uninhibited. So that's one of the things that I noticed when I was doing my research, is that a lot of us agreed upon that. A lot of us agree. So I can't really tell you why we're like that. It just is. And I mean, it's rampant. It's very common. So if you meet an Aquarius and they're into unusual things in the bedroom, that's the norm. If you meet an Aquarius who's rigid, that's the exception to the rule. Most of us are into this kind of thing. Okay? Likewise, you asked, why do we get bored? Aquarius try our fantasies. Most of us try all of them. Whenever it comes up, when the opportunity presents itself, most of us will try our fantasies. So if you've tried every fantasy you've ever had, after a while, it does get boring. I think that Aquarius like to spice things up and keep things interesting, sexually speaking. So after they've tried everything, they've done everything, then they kind of just, after a while, get bored. A lot of Aquarius do get bored with sex. A lot of Aquarius have a lot of sex in one point of their life, either younger or older, and then they kind of just grow leery of it. They've done everything. You know, you get weary of things after you've done them all, you know, and that's usually what happens. Likewise, if our sex partner is not good, I'm gonna just keep it a bean. If our sex partner is not good, that's not a relationship that will last. If you have an Aquarius that has a high sex drive and you have a partner who has a low sex drive, or their sex drive is just kind of okay. So let's do it in numbers. Let's say my sex drive is a 15 and your sex drive is a 4. You know? That's a relationship. If that person is Aquarius and they're into sex, that's a relationship that's going to crash and burn, because sex is not the most important part of a relationship. I would never say that. But for a person who's into it, it is important. So if their partner isn't pleasing in the bedroom, if their partner is corny or boring, what we would call corny or boring in the bedroom, meaning they don't want to try new things, they want to do missionary style every time, we want to try new stuff. We have ideas. Aquarius come to the bedroom with dice. My lovers will tell you, I done came to the bedroom with so many crazy things and been like, all right, come on. I remember one time I had this one lover, and I had this chair in my room. It's a high heel. When I moved out of Philadelphia, I think I left it. My brother probably has it or something. Probably threw it in the trash by now. But I had this big high heel. It was an overstuffed high heel that was a chair. And the first time I had the chair, I brought the chair into the room, and my lover came over, and I said, okay, let's go. And this is, matter of fact, it was Voldemort. And he looked at me and said, who getting in that? And I'm like, you, sit down. So it's not unusual for us to come with something out of the clear blue sky that we didn't even discuss and be like, let's try this. That's one of the reasons why Aquarius like Cancers and Scorpios too, because they have a tendency to go along with all our freaky little ideas, A lot of times Scorpios and Cancers specifically will go along with our ideas. The Scorpios and the Cancers that I've had in my life personally was always down. They were always down. What you got? Fruit? All right. What you got? Whipped cream? All right. They was always just down to move on, So if you have an Aquarius and they're into little kinky stuff, I would say if it's not nothing that makes you uncomfortable, why not? I mean, come on, It will keep things sharp in the bedroom. It'll keep spice in the relationship. And it will keep things from getting boring. But if you're not comfortable with that, then you might need a more traditional lover. And that's okay. Maybe that Aquarian kinky weird sex is just not for you. And that's fine. And like I said before, it ranges. Sometimes it's not that unusual. Like for instance, you might come into an Aquarius's bedroom and they have a pole so they can dance for you in the bedroom. Anything along those lines you could find in an Aquarius bedroom. I used to have all kinds of sex toys, whips, chains. I had all kind of stuff like that, different kind of lubrications, the edible kind, the hot kind. If you go online and type in sexual toys, all kind of toys and lubrications and bondage devices come up. And I owned about half of them things, because at that point in my life, I was into exploring, So later on in life, not so much. Not at all, really. But when I was in my 20s, hot damn, Baby oil was my thing. Love baby oil, So those kind of things, we get into. And I can't really offer you a why. All I can do is tell you it's part of our sign. It's something that many of us enjoy. So like I said, if it's not for you, that's fine. Some people need traditional lovemaking. They want to do missionary style every time. They want to cut off the lights. They want to do it right before bed, after they got their nails done, but before they get their hair done, Some people have a regimented way they like to be intimate. And the Aquarius isn't really like that. I remember one time I was dating this woman, and we went to the bathroom. We were in the bathroom at Wendy's, and I just threw her against the door. And we didn't have sex, but I was like all over her, sucking all over her against the door. And Wendy's, like anybody could have walked in, but I just was in a hot mood, and she looked a certain kind of way, and I locked the door, and there it was, And so Aquarius have those urges from Uranus, and we will do some shit like that, So you have to really think about that. If that's something that bothers you, do not date an Aquarius. Okay? If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to somebody else who's dealing with a kinky Aquarius or who wants to. If you would like to send me a love donation, I will leave my PayPal. If you would like to get a tarot or oracle card reading, I will leave my email. Please email me for an appointment. If you want to ask me a general question, you can drop it right underneath this video, or you can email it to me. Also, I'm on Facebook and Instagram, so feel free to hit me up on either one of those as well. Okay, guys? All right. Thank you so much for watching my video, and thank you for being a part of our Ask an Aquarius community. See you later.